Hi guys, in this video we're going to talk about static routing. In previous experiment we talked about DHCP. So DHCP will simulate the IP addresses for other PCs. So if there is a lot of PCs that you can't give manually, so we can use dynamic. That is what we're going to do here. We're going to see about static routing and dynamic routing. Okay, the thing is static. I actually recently I said about static and dynamic. There will be option of static and dynamic in your IP config. So what it does is in static we need to enter the IP address stuff manually. I mean, you need to enter for each PC. Go to the PC, enter a number, enter the IP address, and go to the other PC, enter the next IP address, and it should do for everything. For small area networks, it doesn't matter. You can easily enter for the small area network. But if it goes to 6 to 7 networks, as you can see in the topology, actually what is happening is first F0 bar 1 is the 0 bar 0 is the one switch network. That's one network, and the LAN network of three networks are connected. So three routers are connected in LAN network, and each is connected to other switch networks. So what happening is there for the first router, it will know only three networks, one switch and two routers are connected. Beyond that, this router don't know what networks are there, is there or not. So we need to configure now. As I said before, we need to connect the switch with router. We need to configure that switch in the router. That's how it will know the switch is connected to that router. So it will then only the network is connected. So the same thing is happening for one router. You need to configure the other network also. So you can see in this addressing table for a router 1 you need to connect the switch network, that first switch network, the F0 bar 0. So the next one is the router, that two routers are connected to that router now. So that SA2 is one router and SA3 is router. You can see in the topology. So I need to configure that too on the router, and also we need to give the configuration for that IP route is nothing but beyond that. For this router also there is another switch network. That network is not accessible by the router. So we need to say that there is another network connected to that router. So for that we are using that configuration. The configuration step is twice in each router. As you can see, first the normal switch type we need to configure, like FA0 int FA0 bar 0. So in that you need to give the IP address and subnet mask and no shutdown. After that we need to configure the router, next router connected to that, that's the LAN net, and the second LAN connected to this first router. So as you can see we are using that one, and we are stopping in the SE2 bar 0. After that what we are doing is we are giving an IP route and three IP routes which are for SE3 and SE2, where the router is again that two router apart from this is connected to other networks. We are saying there is another 3 or 4 networks connected to that connected to this router. So as you can see what I said before, static, if you give static here you need to enter IP address, subnet mask, everything default. Actually you need to manually give IP addresses in static. If you give DHCP connected with DHCP server, it will automatically simulate, and it will start from that IP where you are given, and it will give IPs which is possible up to the end. So if you are having more than 10 PCs, you don't want to enter everything in manually. So you'll just give DHCP server and you just simulate everything. So here is that coding where you can see first the IP, the fast internet is 1 and 0 is shown in the router 2, and you can see the serial 2 is the other router and the serial 3 is the other router. So it's also connected, and their network is also configured in router 1. That's how it knows this much network is connected with us, so it will know. So you can see IP classes. So finally if you ping, you will packet send is 4 and receive 3. You can see what is going on. So because that LAN networks here is 3. So as you can see there is totally in the topology, you see totally 6 networks are there, including this switch, 3 switch connected to the router or 3 networks, and other 3 is that LAN networks connected between the routers. So that's all for this experiment. So thank you.